Food for thought. Sometimes life is just gonna happen. Sometimes we want to look for deeper meanings. Sometimes we are looking for that shining the silver lining, I guess. But I don't think sometimes it's always there. Like, if you think about it, you just have to find it yourself. It's really the situation of whether or not the grass is greener on the other side. Is the grass greener on the other side? Maybe. Maybe not. And sometimes trying to figure that out is hard. And being okay where you are is really hard. Because there are certain expectations that we think are there, but then they're not. And it's really hard to meet those expectations, to know what it's gonna feel like. But then when you get there, it's like, oh my gosh, like, what? This was nothing what I expected. And I think sometimes that maybe those moments are when it's not meant for you. That all these expectations of what you wanted, what you thought you wanted, wasn't as much as you expected it to be, or what you imagined it to be. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because we are allowed to be malleable and change. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. But I think at some times we're gonna have to take a leap of faith. And sometimes that leap of faith isn't as fruitful as what we expected, or that what we wanted wasn't truly what we genuinely wanted, and that maybe everywhere that we're going is one step further than we were before, but maybe it's not in the direction that we expected. And I guess I just think I had an expectation of going from point A to point B to point C, but that's not how it's working. And I think being okay with not liking what you want now is normal, because there are going to be highs and lows to life. And I don't necessarily know what cycle of life you're in. But sometimes we kind of need to be in that cycle for a while just to ride it out, and then we'll get out of it. It reminds me of like a pinwheel that goes forever and ever and ever, and it has a marble in it. Or I don't know if you had these as a kid, when you had like this road of a marble, like it's, maybe I'll put a picture in, and you would like roll marble into it, and it would spin super duper duper quick, and then once it's like slowed down, it like dropped out to like a different tunnel. I promise I'll like insert a picture. But maybe we're just in that spiral right now, that this is just what's gonna happen. And I guess, I don't know, I really couldn't tell you what's gonna happen. And honestly, I don't think anybody does. And none of us are really supposed to. Yes, we might have had ideas of what we wanted, but I think sometimes our environment creates something that's takes us out of reality of what we actually want, because we're in this confined space of, oh, I'm gonna be specifically this. So then you mentally tell yourself you're gonna be this. But then what do you deep down want? And I think figuring that out is the hardest part of knowing what you genuinely want versus what your environment is telling you what you want. Because you deep down know what you don't like. And that's probably one of the most important things that you could ever learn, is what you don't want. Because then when you can X out things that you don't want, then you can open yourself up to the new possibilities that you would maybe like. This is all just figuring it out. There's so many questions to life that we all have. But we're gonna figure it out together. And honestly, something that is late is better than never. And if something unconventional comes up, then it comes up. But sometimes you are allowed to be unconventional. That you're allowed to not follow the stereotypical roles. Because then you get to add a little spice to your life. I don't know. But I don't know if any of this made sense. Because honestly, I didn't have a topic in my head. Because I usually find something throughout my day. But nothing really stuck. Because like, work was mid. But I don't know. That's what I'm kind of going through right now, is an I don't know phase. And if you're going through that as well, we're going to do it together. And if you found the thing that you like, we're going to do it together. And we'll do it together regardless. Food for thought.